Hi there, homespun friends, and happy Tuesday. Hope you guys have had a wonderful week. I came to you on Monday and talked to you about our Memorial Day. We had a great day with our family, and it was a blessing to be able to be together. And today I wanted to show you something that my mother brought to me when she came. That was made by my great grandmother, and I was so thankful that she handed this down to me. Now I'm standing right here at our antique telephone. I know I've shown you some things from our house before, but I don't think I had shown you guys this. This is our antique telephone. It is fully loaded inside with all of the original parts, and it's extremely heavy. It's a lot heavier than it looks. Matter of fact, I can't hold this box up by myself. That's how heavy it is. And we I forget where my husband came across this, but we were very excited because we always wanted one. My husband has several candlestick telephones that are antiques, but this is the only one that he has that goes on the wall. But this little piece right here, I wanted to share with you. This is something from my husband's grandmother. Um, well, sort of ties in. When I started dating him, and that's been about 33 years ago, and we would go up into the mountains and visit his grandmother, she had a cross stitching just like this that one of her many children had made for her. And on that, it was in her kitchen. I can remember it so well. And it had the names of each one of her children and their telephone number. And it was hung up, it had been stitched for her and hung up next to her original telephone. And I loved it. I always admired it. And so, right after we first got married, I worked in an office, and one of the older ladies there had this same pattern in her cross stitch stash, just the pattern in black and white. And I said, oh man, I would love to have that. That makes me think of my husband's grandmother. And I would love to have that and stitch it. And so she gave me the pattern. And all these years I kept that pattern amongst all the other patterns that I have, which is probably way too many. And um, and so she gave me the pattern and I held on to it. And I sort of forgot about it. You know, it's one of those things. We started having children, and I was stitching birth announcements and making wedding presents and stitching other things, and sometimes didn't get to stitch at all. You know how it is when you're raising a family. And so I forgot I even had this pattern. And my husband and I bought this house about 21 months ago now. Um, I was putting in my filing cabinet in a special place that I had set aside for my cross stitch material. And I was going through and trying to clean some things out because we were trying to really downsize and get rid of things we didn't want to keep particularly. And I came across this old pattern in a folder that I had just stuck to the side and totally forgot about from 30 years ago. And I decided to cross stitch this um, in memory of my husband's grandmother who had one just like it. And of course, I put our children's names and their telephone numbers at the time. And I think now a couple of them might have gotten new telephones and their numbers have changed somewhat. But I hung it here next to this phone, and when I see this corner, it makes me think about my husband's grandmother. I loved her so much. Her name was Mama Medford, and she lived in Altapass, North Carolina. Don't know how many of my friends have ever heard of Altapass, North Carolina. It's right up on the Blue Ridge Parkway here in North Carolina, but it's a beautiful, beautiful place. And so this is kind of a corner that makes me think about her in my house. Now here we are in one of our guest bedrooms in our little home, and I'm showing you what my mom brought to me. Let's see, not yesterday. It was Monday when she came for Memorial Day. She said, "Honey, I'm 71 years old. Your grandmother, her mom, died in October at 94 years old this past October." And she said, years ago when I got married and you guys were small, she gave me this bed cover, and it was handmade by my grandmother's mom, which would have been my great grandmother. And she said, now that I'm this age, it's time for me to pass this on to you. And I wanted to give you a picture of them because my great grandfather was deceased when I was a little girl. I never knew him at all. And then my great grandmother, Mama Crawl, she was, I don't know how old she was when she died, but I guess I was maybe 4 or 5, somewhere in there when she passed away. And so I just barely remember her. And that would have been my maternal grandmother's mother. And she's the one that made this when she first got married. So this is a really, really old probably almost 100 years old, I bet. And I'm going to preserve it the best way I can. I'm going to probably store it in some type of a shadow box that I can seal it up and keep it safe and probably not use it because it's so precious to me. But I wanted to show you how beautiful it is and what wonderful work that she did and how it has lasted all of these years, which I just find amazing, the quality of work. And then each one of these tassels that is tied on, hand tied on, to think that, my great grandmother that I just barely knew did this all those years ago when she was a young woman. That is so, so special to my heart. And then my mom said, I'm going to bring you a picture of them so that you can know them or remember them and show them to your children and grandchildren when the grandchildren get older. But this was James McCraw and Edna McCraw, and this is their anniversary. I must have been their 50th wedding anniversary, and you can see there it's a black and white picture. It's very old, and these were my mother's grandparents, and she is the lady here, Ma, that made this beautiful coverlet. And I wanted you guys to get to see that I had received a treasure this Memorial Day, and what a wonderful day to receive it, a Memorial Day where I can remember someone that I really didn't get to know that well because I was such a little child. I barely remember her. But oh, how precious it is to look at her face, to look at her hands in that picture and know that she made this and that it's been passed down as a treasure to me. I am so thankful for that. Now, I wanted to come and show you a treasure of a different sort. This is the first produce that has come out of our summer garden. And today is June the 1st, and this is what we picked. One of these small squash I got out of the garden, I guess that was maybe Monday morning. And the rest of this has come out of the garden today. So I got the rest of these squash and these peppers. We've had maybe 2 peppers or 3 that have come off of our plants. They were pretty small, but my husband loves them so much. So when it would get to be dinner time, he would say, let's run out there and see if I've got any pepper that could be eaten. So we have had a couple of these, but I haven't made anything with squash yet because, like I say, I got one of these maybe 2 days ago, and the rest of these were there today. It's almost like they appear overnight. It's so crazy when you have a garden. You go out there and look, and sometimes there's just, they're just beginning to come on, and the next day they're enormous. They're ready to be harvested. It's just crazy. And this is my first cucumber that I had. I had a few tiny ones that are about maybe a half to 3/4 of this size, and we'll let them grow just a little bit longer. But I think I have enough here to make me a good squash casserole, and I just can't wait to use the first produce out of our garden. And I'm very thankful to God for letting us have this garden this year that is doing so well, because as you know, I told you last year our garden didn't do well at all. And so I wanted you to get to see what I had picked for my garden today. So friends, that is all I had to show you for today. I hope you have a wonderful afternoon and that your day is productive. I have sheets that are getting ready to be thrown in the dryer so I can get my beds remade and that sort of thing, and do a little bit of cooking this afternoon. And so I have some plans laid out around my home, and I'm thankful that God has allowed me to have this place and to be able to work with my hands and do the things I enjoy. And it inspires me when I look around and see the blessings that He's given me to take good care with what I do around here every day. I want to thank you for those of you who have subscribed and liked my videos. What an encouragement that is to me. When I look and see that I have a comment or have an extra like or a new subscriber, I get so excited. It feels like I feel like it's my birthday, and my birthday is this month. It's the 15th, and I will be 52 years old. Whoa. But I'm so thankful that I've made it this far, and I just hope we have a wonderful June. I'm thankful we've made it to a new month. Summer is officially here. Sort of, mostly we would say that, even though it may not be the first day of summer. We consider Memorial Day to be like kind of the kickoff to summer. And it's very hot and muggy here like it gets in the south, and been kind of thunderstorming off and on some afternoons. And so it really feels like the season has begun. I look forward to seeing you again soon, friends. Bye-bye for now.